What should you do if you have multiple resumes but you only get one LinkedIn profile? The challenge with LinkedIn is that you really do just get the one profile, but what if you have multiple job targets or different career interests or even different geographic areas that you're looking into moving to when you have with your LinkedIn profile, you can only have that one. So the first thing to think about is, before you make a bunch of changes to LinkedIn, think about whether you have a confidential job search. You can change your privacy settings so that not everyone will be updated when you make an edit or an update on LinkedIn. So you might want to work with that first. Once you've done that, then you have to kind of prioritize a little bit. So if you're really sure that you want to move to a new city, you might actually change your geographic area to that new city. Keeping in mind again that if it's a confidential search, you have to be thoughtful that if your boss noticed that you're suddenly putting yourself in Seattle, that would be strange. If you're in New York and your job is in New York, that would be odd. So just be cautious about it. But you can change your geographic area, you can change your industry, and you can also change your headline. The headline on LinkedIn is what comes right after your name. And so that is one of the most important pieces of your profile because it's typically what people will grabs their attention and what they typically see first when they're looking at search results. And often it defaults to just your job title, but you can change it to whatever you want. You have about 120 characters and you can have a slash. So for example, if you have two different job targets, you could put graphic designer / community organizer. Don't do too many slashes or people might get confused, but you can have a few if you have totally different career interests. You know, corporate sales representative / nonprofit board member maybe is another way you could go. Another thing that you can do is to customize your summary section on LinkedIn. Remember, you only get one summary section in your LinkedIn profile, but you can have different little subsections within that piece of text. So for instance, you can have an overview of your top skills and interests, and then maybe if you have a couple different job goals, you could mention your top skills that are related to those different job goals, knowing that if you get too much information in there, it might get a little bit confusing. So just try to prioritize who is your target audience and try to customize from that point of view as best you can.